Welcome back to the Southern Quality Ford Friday Night Blitz. Real quick, want to update. Falk ended up winning that game 34-14, the final over Bismarck, so snapping that 4-game losing streak.
Big win.
All right, let's get back into our Louisiana highlights. Logansport Tigers undefeated and look like a favorite in Class 1A.
That's right, Brad. The Tigers currently 4th in the power rankings and playing up in class this week. Let's go ahead and get into these Louisiana highlights here. The Tigers in Spring Hill taking on North Webster tonight. This is Casalvian Barnes. Going to take the nice little pitch there and take it right on into the end zone for the touchdown there, giving Logansport an early lead. North Webster quarterback Tyrell Marquet. He's going to throw it to Jamarcus Stevens, who is then taken down by, who else? Casalvian Barnes.
Making the plays tonight.
Making the plays. Making the plays on offense, making the plays on defense. This is Devin Gabriel. He's going to push his way into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. Logansport all over North Webster tonight, 34-14, the final in that one.
The Manny Tigers at home this week taking on Bunkie, and early in the first, this is... well, after we have the amazing firework display that Manny always has.
It's like 4th of July awesome. Down there every Friday night.
Aquarius Roan giving it to Terrence Williams. Williams plows his way 24 yards for the first score. Tigers leading 7-0 early in the first quarter. Later on, Manny, they're going to take to the air. This is Roan looking downfield, and he is going to connect with Jalen Carhey for the 40-yard touchdown. Manny leading by 14 with 3:03 left in the first, and then now in the second quarter, the Tigers really getting things rolling for the homecoming crown road with a 35-yard touchdown pass to Drake Dye at the back of the end zone. Manny leading at 21-0 in the second quarter. This one, all Tigers. They take down Bunkie with a big win, 61-0, the final.
North DeSoto continuing District 1 4A play on the road at Bossier. First quarter, Kendrick Simpson takes it in for the short score. Griffins take a 6-0 lead. Bossier forced to punt, but the Griffins not going to be able to handle it. Bossier jumps on the fumble, but would be unable to turn it into any points. North DeSoto backed up inside their own 10-yard line, but Simpson's going to bail them out. Big gain here. They score later on the drive. All Griffins tonight, 45-6, the final over Bossier.
The North Caddo Rebels honoring Coach Les Mason before today's game against Lakeside after he tragically passed away earlier this week. Very first play of the game, Jaden Carter taking the rock, breaking through the defense, and he is going to go the distance for the score afterwards. You'll see them all pointing up to the heavens after this big play. Now Lakeside with a response. This is Zacchaeus Sumlin. He's going to get the feed. Somehow,
this is a great
doesn't
play.
Get brought down. I don't know how he stayed on his feet and fought through the tackler. He rolls into the end zone. Warriors down by just one after the failed 2-point conversion. Rebels back on offense. This is a QB keeper into the end zone, extending their lead to 8. This one came down to the wire, but Lakeside getting the win on the road as they take it 46-42.
The Huntington Raiders, fresh off their first win on the road at BTW, picking up second quarter. The Lions leading 8-7 and trying to add to it. Malik Patterson calling his own number for the big gainer off the left side. But the very next play, the Lions can't handle the exchange. Rio Caldwell is going to recover the fumble for the Raiders and let the celebrating ensue here. He'll run all the way over. He'll give a little jump with his coach here. Anyway, the Lions can't handle it, and then they were looking to take the lead just before the half. On the ensuing drive, Jordan Crumpton buying time with his legs before hooking up with his receiver on the deep ball that set up a field goal as the halftime clock expired. Raiders led 10-8 at the break, and they take care of business in the second half. 24-16 the final. That's, Brad, what we call a winning streak.
Back in the Central, heading down I-49, taking on the Ashe Trojans. Tie ball game at 7 in the second quarter. 3rd and long for the Chiefs. Jalen White, though, sacked. They would be forced to punt, and on that next play, Chiefs punting it to the Trojans, and it's going to be a big return by Ashe. They're going to take it to the outside. Let's speed it up a little bit. Makes a couple defenders miss before he's eventually forced out of bounds. Then later in the drive, Judd Barton, he's going to be looking downfield, heaves it into the end zone. Darrell Moore hauls it in over the defender for 6. Trojans up 14-7. Tough loss. Loss for Natchitoches Central on the road. They fall to the Ashe Trojans 49-14, the final.
Thomas Bachman has those Trojans just humming. Ruston at home for week 6, taking on top-ranked West Monroe Rebels. After the Rebels jumped out to a quick 3-0 lead, they would push it in to make it double digits, taking the Cameron Wright going in straight up the middle for the touchdown. Bearcats not looking phased a bit, though. They fire right back with a long drive of their own before they eventually put 6 on the board. Eric Outley to the big tight end, Ray Parker. He's going in for the score. West Monroe's turn, and more from number 8. They were backed up all the way to their 17 before Wright gets loose. Has all kinds of daylight in front of him. He is gone. His second score of the night put his team back in front by 10. All West Monroe tonight, 45-21 the final.
Parkway taking on Captain Shreve. This one last night at Lee Hedges Stadium. The Gators taking an early lead. Darius Grant keeping it himself into the end zone. Captain Shreve up by 7 in the early goings. Later in the first, Gators back on offense. Grant back to pass. Panthers bring him down for the sack in the end zone. Parkway trails by 5 after the safety. Second quarter now, DJ Fleming, he had himself a night, taking the feed into the end zone. Gators extend their lead to 12. Now check this out. Later in the quarter, Grant, quick pass to Alex Dean. It's a double pass. Dean launches, connects with Ladarian Frierson for the long gain. And then that is going to set up this. Fleming with the rock in the Wildcat, stays on his feet after the big hit, cruises to the end zone. Gators led 23-2 at halftime. That is where the scoring would stay. Captain Shreve takes this one 23-2. Let's hear from the team after the big win.
Last week was kind of an off night for them. We just told them all week that, guys, it's time to go back and play Gator football. Shutout defense type ball and scoring a lot of points on offense. And I think offensively we did a very good job tonight of not only controlling the clock, but getting first downs we needed and made some big plays, ran the ball extremely well. And defense did a good job, closing things down and getting off the field. That's a very athletic ball club right there. And our guys came to play and I'm very proud of them.
Set us up going to the playoffs. That's what we really need to focus on. Going to the playoffs and focus on our next game. After this game, now we got to focus on another team. They good too. We just got to worry about beating them.
Cedar Creek on the road in Monroe, taking on Ouachita Christian. First quarter, and their opening drive, the Eagles would march right down the field before the handoff goes to Will Fitzhugh, and he is able to take it in from 8 yards out. They grabbed a 7-0 lead. Second quarter now, and facing 4th and goal from the 6, they decide to roll the dice and go for it. Turner Carr finds Fitzhugh, and he is able to hold on and make it a 2-score game. Second half now, and Cedar Creek trailing 21-0, but trying to get a spark from their defense. Fitzhugh breaks the long run up the right side before Lane Blue is able to knock the ball loose. Cole Pike is able to fall on it, and we are headed the other way, but Cedar Creek had nothing, had no answer for Ouachita Christian. They fall 39-0. The final in that one.
All right, well, coming up on the Southern Quality Ford Friday Night Blitz, we check out this week's Johnny's Pizza House Spirit Stick winner.
Plus, Mark Cantrell, the voice of the Calvary Cavaliers, is in the building. He breaks down this week's top plays coming up after the break.
Friday Night Blitz on NBC.